It's hero time! It's also the Rice Hero time! Hello everyone, it's Lel, and in this video we're going to talk about the third episode from Hirogaru's PreCure. Lots of nice appearances. First we had Cure Precious at the end, very adorable. It's going to be a lot of fun trying to guess which Cure will appear at the end. I loved seeing our delicious smile queen. I love Cure Precious, so I was very happy to see her at the end of this episode. And we also had a great reference to one of the most iconic toy animation anime, which is Saint Seiya. There was a moment there of Sora performing the Diamond Dust move from Hyuga. Baby, I was so shook. My jaw dropped on the floor. It was so much fun. I loved seeing that. It was very iconic. But we're going to talk about that a little later. I'm going to get into a little bit more detail on that. But now let's talk about the third episode, which continues to be a very strong start for Hirogaru Sky, in my opinion. Super adorable. Loved every character. There was only one thing I didn't like very much, but I'll get there. So in this episode, we discovered that Yo-Yo is actually a Skylandian, and I just loved Mashiro's reactions. I think they were incredible. Mashiro as a character is really gaining my heart. She is becoming my fave at this start at least, and I am loving her. She's super adorable, and I really like the way she acts and reacts to things, the way she was talking to her parents. It was very adorable seeing her parents. I was already theorizing about them. You know, I was taking steps way too far ahead. But it seems they're just regular people traveling the world to work while she is in Japan with her grandma, who is a Skylandian. And girl, that scene when she said she was one was so funny. The way Mashiro reacted to that, and she was like, oh, okay. And then she was like, bam, her brain was frying. And the dynamic between Sora and Mashiro is so good. I am really enjoying that. And Sora wants to find a way to go back to Skyland to retrieve Princess L to her kingdom. I mean, she doesn't even know Princess L is a princess, so she just wants to get L back to Skyland. Yo-Yo says there is a way, but she says that it's until they find a way, they have to at least find a way to communicate with Skyland, because L is suffering because she is far away from her parents. So Yo-Yo explains to them that there is this sky jewel, they have to find it, and then they are able to reconnect the mirror pad and they can contact L's parents. And there are some interesting things to notice here. The first one is that Yo-Yo came to Earth to study Earth. She is a scholar, she is a researcher, and I love that. And the second thing is that the sky jewels are also found here on Earth. What is the connection between Earth and Skyland? Is there a connection that is going to be explored later on? I'm curious because, you know, at least it seems that people from Skyland come to Earth to study Earth. Or maybe Yo-Yo is the first, I don't know. But what matters is that they had to go on an adventure to find the sky jewels. I thought that L was gonna stay with Yo-Yo just like in the second episode, which was the smart thing to do. But for me, it feels like Yo-Yo kind of knows what she is doing. And so L went on with them. And there is a reason why L went with them, I believe. And the reason is made very early on in their journey, in their quest on retrieving sky jewels, which is L is suffering, and then Mashiro finds a way of entertaining her in a very beautiful scene with a dandelion. I love dandelions. I think they're so magical, and I would love to see a magical girl with a dandelion theme. So I really loved that moment, you know, Mashiro blowing the dandelion, and L really, you know, getting in the moment. And now I'm kind of like wondering if L becomes a cure later on, she grows and becomes a cure later on, as some of us are theorizing, can dandelions be part of her design, part of her theme? I would love to see that. You know, if she remembers this moment, if she cherishes this moment in her growth, I would love to see that part of a future Cure design. I would eat that up. And then, and then we have Sora's action to try and help L as well. So we have a contrast between Mashiro and Sora. I mean, this contrast is made clear for two reasons. The first one is Sora knows things about Skyland, but she doesn't know things from Earth, and it's the other way around for Mashiro. And second, Mashiro knows how to entertain and take care of L, which is something that Sora doesn't know very well. And then we get to a point in which they have to feed Elle, they have to stop their journey to take care of her. And, you know, that was kind of a boring moment for me. That was the moment of the episode I did not like. I am really liking Elle as a character. She's a very cute baby. I like it. But I don't know how I feel. I do know how I feel. I don't like the scenes where they have to intensively take care of the baby. You know, it's boring. It's plain boring. And you know, that's not the responsibility of little girls. So I just don't like it. But then we had other scenes. We have the kumopan, which is the cloud bread. And it's something, this is probably going to be the main food of the season. This is something that Mashiro baked after knowing Skyland, after at least knowing things about Skyland. And then she baked a pan thinking about how Skyland is in her image. So she created kumopan. This is probably something that is being sold, but it's very cute. And I felt like there was a little bit more of a connection between Sora and Mashiro at that moment. That was a very adorable scene. And then they keep on their journey and we get to some lovely moments of those stone stuff. And Kabaton was the one doing them. Kabaton is talented, baby. He is talented. And he was doing that, he was creating that, and then, but we didn't know. And the girls, they kept on destroying his works. Girl, that is so rude. First was Elle sneezing, and then we had Sora not actually destroying any of his works because she punched through a regular stone. And I loved that scene because her movements, Yo-Yo was watching everything with her mirror pad, and Yo-Yo said that that move has a name in Skyland. It's a legendary move from Skyland. I don't know the name, I don't remember, but the animation of that move is the same animation from Diamond Dust, which is a move from Hyuga from Saint Seiya, which is a legendary anime. The movement, the animation is the same. It was a clear reference to Saint Seiya, and I ate that up. I loved that. And you know, the way Sora punched through that stone, baby, this girl, and she didn't even need to be transformed. It was Hare Wataru Sora. She punched through that. I loved that scene so much. I was like, I ate that up. And then they were able to find a Sky Jewel, and when they were coming back, they found Kabaton. And I really like that. I really like to, when we have those moments that the villains are kind of like more humanized, and we can see them doing mundane things. We saw that in the second episode with Kabaton, and now we see it again. Kabaton is doing other things apart from being a villain, and that is nice. And then we have the fighting scene, and even though the animation was a little rough, I really liked it. It was a longer fighting scene that we've been used to in the last few seasons, so it was a little longer than that. I like it. And we also have the fact that Elle was with Mashiro. And for the second time, Elle witnessed a fight, but this time she was attacked in the fight. But Mashiro stayed with her throughout the whole thing, and this is where I think Elle going with them in this little journey was important. I don't know if that was Yo-Yo's train of thought. If it wasn't her train of thought, it was the writers. Because we needed more moments with Mashiro and L. Because so far, Sora is the hero. She is the one that's protecting everything, and she's the one that's doing all the PreCure work. But Mashiro isn't doing much apart from helping Sora in reallocating herself in the human world. But now she has more of an active role as a protector, and she starts to be a little bit more preeminent in tense moments after this episode, because in this episode she was there to protect Elle, and she was the one who held her. She was the one who helped her when she was sad, and so there is this bigger connection between Elle and Mashiro, because Sora is the one that's been taking care of her like preeminently so far. So it's interesting that she also has this moment. And as I said, the fighting scene was longer than what I expected, and I enjoyed it a lot. And we had a very funny moment of Kabaton saying, "Defeat her!" And then Sora was thinking, Curious Sky was thinking that he was talking to her. I loved that so much. And then she ended up defeating the monster of the day, the monster of the week, and that was very funny. And Kabaton had another role at the end, and that scene was probably there to warn kids to take care of what they eat. So it was a funny scene nonetheless, but it was kind of like preachy with the way Sora acted, or Curious Sky acted at the end. But it was a good fighting scene. I'm happy with the Hirogaru fighting scenes so far. And then we get to the last scene with Sora, Mashiro, and Elle contacting the king and the queen from Skyland. They didn't know who Elle was, so at that time they discovered she is the princess of Skyland, and they also discover her name. They've been calling her Elle because of the way she says Elle, kind of like a Pokemon. Yo-Yo knows her name. Yo-Yo also knows that she is the princess of Skyland. She knew everything. And when she appeared, the king and the queen even said like, "Oh my god, it's the legendary scholar from Skyland, Yo-Yo." It was very funny. It was very nice. And that scene was kind of weird because it's like, oh my god, where is my daughter? She is a baby. Why are those kids taking care of her? They didn't ask much. And I understand, after seeing Yo-Yo, they could feel at ease. But before seeing Yo-Yo, nothing was weird to them. They were so emotional after seeing their daughter, they couldn't think things through. And so then we get to the last scene of the episode, which was super lovely. Girl, Sora is already using her hero notebook, which is the stationary Pretty Holic notebook, which is very cute, by the way. And she's already using it, and she is drawing the experiences she's been going through. I love that. And Mashiro asks her, like, "Aren't you lonely?" And the way she looked at Mashiro and says, "I'm doing what I have to do, but not only that, now I also have a friend." And Mashiro blushed. Look, I am 100% sold on Sora and Mashiro. I thought they are gonna kiss at this moment. They are gonna kiss. I really loved it. I thought that scene was incredible. Oh my god. And with that scene of Sora telling Mashiro that now she has a friend and she won't feel lonely here on Earth, that scene is my hero corner. The hero corner is the little moment of the video in which I share my favorite moment of the episode. So the hero corner for episode 3 was when, for me at least, was when Sora told Mashiro that she is not lonely because she has a friend, and Mashiro blushed. Mashiro blushing is very important. So that is my hero corner. What is yours? What was your favorite moment from this episode? And next week is going to be a blast. We are going to have Cure Prism arriving, But not only that, we're going to see Ageha for the first time, who is Pure Butterfly. And we're also going to see little Kabaton. I am dead. I was dead when I saw that. Girl, I was dead. And to finish this, let's finish it with a delicious smile. Pure Precious, being the first Cure to appear, is very cute. I love her. I'm very happy with her. So, delicious smile, Pure Precious. Thank you for blessing us with a very nice season that was Delicious Party PreCure. Anyways, babes, this was my opinion on episode 3 from Hirogaru Sky PreCure. What was yours? Please share in the comment box. What was your hero corner for this episode as well? Please share in the comments. Let's keep talking. And I want to take this little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you are a member, thank you very much for your support. And if you've watched up the channel, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!